Welcome back to Reddit Story Time. Today we have 4 incredible stories. Let's dive right in.
Story number 1. Boss wanted employee monitoring. He wasn't on the exclusion list. Every surveillance story should end this well. Our storyteller was the IT guy at an HR company, the kind of place where the founder and president woke up one morning convinced that the sales call center was wasting time on the internet. Now keep in mind, these call center folks were already the lowest paid people in the building. But apparently the solution to that problem was finding reasons to pay them even less. And to be fair, quote, not to single out any one department, the president wanted browser history reporting on everyone. Managers, HR him, everyone. So our hero complied. He wrote a scheduled task that scraped browser history from every Windows machine on the domain, stored it centrally, and piped it into a shiny management portal for weekly performance meetings. The first reports came in, and the call center employees were surprisingly boring, some Facebook, some YouTube, nothing that would shock anyone. Then HR started reviewing everyone else's reports, and that's when things got interesting, because the browser history of the founder, owner, and president was, in our narrator's words, absolutely spectacular. We're talking volume, categories, a level of enthusiasm our IT guy politely described as this man has a sickness. And here's the beautiful part. He wasn't even surprised. He'd worked on the president's home computer before. He just never expected to see it neatly categorized in the same productivity dashboard the man had demanded for his employees. A few days later, HR quietly asked if certain people could be excluded from the reports. Our hero asked who. They handed him a list. The president was at the top. Funny how fast a company's commitment to objective productivity metrics collapses the moment the metrics become objective. The lesson writes itself. Never demand surveillance you wouldn't survive yourself.
And the verdict, instant karma. Story number 2, toxic ex-boss begged for a review, so I gave him a real one. Our storyteller spent 4 years as a specialist at a small planning and design firm in Germany, and by the end, the place was a mess. The pay was a joke. The leadership was unpredictable. They expected him to do the job of a fully qualified project manager, planning entire municipal facility renovations without the pay or the support. The turnover told the story. 3 colleagues quit around the same time, and his boss burned through 5 assistants in 4 years. So he quit too and moved cities for a fresh start. 1 week later, his ex-boss texted, "Please leave a review for the firm on the local job review site," basically their Glassdoor. He genuinely believed they'd parted as friends and assumed a 5-star rating was coming. Our hero rolled his eyes and ignored it. Then days later, he checked the company's page and found 3 brand new 4.5-star reviews posted the same week. Identical HR buzzwords, great work-life balance, amazing health benefits, which was literally 15 minutes of stretching on Wednesdays, all praising the exact things employees complained about. Well, he wanted a review, fine, let's comply. He sat down and wrote a brutally honest, mathematically precise review, every claim phrased as "in my experience," so it was legally untouchable. 1 and 2 stars across the board. Lack of support, horrible communication, crushing workload, but he didn't stop there. He reported the 3 fake reviews to the platform, pointing out the identical wording and identical posting time. Under 4 hours later, 2 were deleted, probably because the boss wrote all 3 from the same office computer. Fake reviews gone, honest review dragging the average down, panic mode activated. How do we know? The ex-boss texted again, typos everywhere, desperately asking for good review with no idea who had tanked his score, left on read. And the cherry on top, a friend still at the firm reported that management had suddenly turned nice to everyone, pure fear of more quits. 1 honest review did what 4 years of complaints never could. And the verdict deserved IT.
Story number 3. The captain who demanded a preflight and lost 3 days. This one takes place on a military base in Georgia, and it's a masterclass in doing exactly what you're told. Our storyteller was a Huey helicopter crew chief at a small airfield, an enlisted man, low rank, high competence. One afternoon, he's settling in to eat lunch alone in the flight shack when he hears a helicopter land. Minutes later, a captain he has never seen before breezes in National Guard patches, helmet bag, 0 eye contact, tosses the logbook on the desk and announces, "I'm going to get lunch. I need my aircraft pre-flighted before I get back." Not slowing down, not asking, just assuming the lowly crew chief exists to serve him. Oh, and this captain was absolutely not his boss. "Fine, you want a preflight? Sir, I am going to give you the best preflight of your life." The captain was gone 3 hours. And during those 3 hours, our crew chief gave that helicopter the most thorough inspection it had ever received. Every deficiency documented. Minor issues got slash marks. Serious issues earned the circled red X, flight restricted. And then he found the mother of them all, a cracked slip mark on the transmission bolt housing. Plain red X. Aircraft grounded. Period. In his entire career, he'd never written so many serious deficiencies on one aircraft. His unit's maintenance was that bad, or his inspection was that thorough. Either way, rules are rules. The captain returns ready to fly and finds his bird grounded. Furious. Erase the red X. Can't do that, Captain, it's in the regulations. Only a maintenance tech can re-inspect and clear it, and their maintenance tech was at the hospital where his wife was having a baby. He'd arrive at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Not tonight, tomorrow. The nearest backup tech was in Savannah, a short flight away, if you had a flyable helicopter, which he did not. So Captain Entitled spent an unexpected overnight at Camp Swampy. The tech arrived next morning, reviewed every finding, and upheld all of them as absolutely correct. It took a breaker bar, 3 hours of corrections, and a full retorque of that transmission bolt. All of it avoidable. All of it caused by one sentence of contempt. Be nice to the little people who support you, or spend a night wishing you had.
And the verdict following orders.
Story number 4, take your lunch 12 to 1, no exceptions, okay, boss. This is the story of a company that learned why you don't micromanage your only IT guy. Our storyteller's first IT job, though he came in with decades of blue-collar work behind him, which matters because blue-collar guys follow the rules. He was the first IT person this small business had ever hired, 3 days before our story begins. The mission-critical shipping computer died, the only machine with the shipping software, with hundreds of packages waiting on it. He recommended an immediate wipe and restore. He had a clean image on deck, ready to go. The owner overruled him, rebuild it piecemeal because he'd paid extra for tech support. His call. Our hero followed orders, spent hours on the phone with support vendors, and didn't leave his post until the job was done, which meant his lunch happened half an hour late. No big deal, right, wrong. When he got back to his desk, his boss was standing there fuming. Lunch must be taken from 12 to 1, as per company policy, no exceptions, so our hero nodded and filed that rule away in the drawer marked later. 3 days later at 12:25 p.m., the entire company network went down. Nothing can ping anything. Email dead, shipping dead, everything dead. Probably, he notes, something to do with the factory's high-voltage woodworking machines sitting next to unshielded Ethernet cables, just a hunch. Now here's the delicious part. Because the company subleased their office space, he was contractually forbidden from touching the switches and routers. No admin access to the infrastructure. Nothing he could physically do, so he set up a monitoring capture, walked past his fuming boss, and clocked out for his 12 to 1 lunch, as per company policy. When he returned at 1 o'clock sharp, the boss was standing at his desk, seething, and delivered the passive-aggressive line of the year. The network is up, by the way. Refused to say anything more. Couldn't say anything more because what was he going to do? Write up the IT guy for taking the exact lunch break he'd been ordered to take. Our hero just smiled. He had the I told you so on deck. Never needed it. The silence said it for him.
And the verdict, rules are rules.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed these stories, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more. See you next time.